I don't know if this is going to work out, but if it does, I want to get it on video. So let's just get rid of the ES for now. I've been trying to trade both of them. Um, here's what we had. ES took a low. That's the reason I'm in this one. ES took 4-hour RTH low. It came down. It made a higher low. While NQ, it did not respect its breaker, but it did respect the order block. NQ did respect its breaker. I'm going to put this line in earlier. So there's the breaker right there. We went up, we left these highs, and then we came back down to the breaker. Poked into it a little bit. The candle bodies respected the top of it. Earlier, before lunch, we went up here and we left all of this just sitting here. All those relative equal highs, even over here, just sitting there. And I'm like, that's odd that we wouldn't have taken those. If we were going to push down the rest of the day, it seems that we would have taken those things. Now, we may dance around like this for the rest of the day. Who knows? But my hope is that we continue on up. And I just got my stop down here below the low. You could move it up a little bit, save yourself a little money, and go to 71. But I don't think, if we start moving the other way, I'm going to kill it. So we'll see how this one works out. Again, let's look at ES, show you why. I got into ES at its breaker, which would be here, and it pushed on down through and took out these lows, but it left this one. So it could be dancing in this end wall, and it just stays here all day. But I'm hoping not. Where would these relative equals be right here? That's at 274. So we definitely need to get up above those. But settlement is also in play here. I don't know if we'll go all the way to settlement. This right here is also middle of the day's range. I think if we can get back to there, I'd be real happy with that. Real happy. 6,800 has been a magnet for ES. Look at this. So, and 6,800 could get NQ pretty close to settlement. The ES has moved quite a bit today. Wouldn't get us all the way to the high of the day. Let's see, 6,800 be right there. 67.92 is in play. Taking a bounce and going all the way back down to the bottom, also in play. I know I'm a little further away from the mic, but hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Either way this one turns out, it's my last trade of the day. We do have relative equal lows down here. We also have a gap fill. I just feel like if we were going to go there, we would have gone by now. We're not going to wait till mid-afternoon and then go. So this liquidity is my target. Could go all the way back to 3. That would be sweet. I'm liking this enough. Now I'm going to add in. I'm going to try to add in 2 more at, I'm just adding it here, I guess. I think a round number would be the best spot, but I don't know if we'll get filled. So I think we're going right now. Come on, get me in. All right, that puts my entry at round number. So I'm just trading micros. This is a half of the micro, a half of a mini. Got 5 micros. Might try to add a couple more as we go up. We should take this high and pull back a little ways, and then continue up, take that high, maybe pull back a little ways, and then hopefully go on up. Been kind of a high resistance day like that. There we go. I like that move. I watch NQ. One of my subscribers, Muhammad, told me a long time ago that I should watch NQ for my signals. Even if I'm trading the micro, I need to watch NQ for my signals. So I've been doing that. That's why I have all these. And then ES price action has been a whole lot cleaner than what I've been seeing on the ES. So I've been watching ES, and I've even been trading ES a little bit. You can actually trade a full size contract on ES, and it will equal about the same dollar amounts as a half of a mini, 5 micros on the NQ. That would be another good entry to add if I could get in about right there at 20. I might add one more here. I don't want to get my entry too far above. Let's see. Am I at 20? Yeah, I'm at 20. It's actually a little bit too. I mean, it'll probably go to 20, but I'd rather get in. So that would be an optimal entry. It would be a tick above the low of this candle. We have that in balance too. So we should respect this and then continue on up. We could push down back to round number. Could go up all the way down to those relative equal lows, but I'm hoping that we respect this fair value gap. I'm going to include the volume imbalance for center. And I'll make it blue because it's bullish, or purple because it's bullish. I usually make it blue. I'll make it blue. Make it light blue. Okay. So hopefully we respect the center of this fair value gap and continue on up. But it may go all the way down because there's a volume imbalance there as well. I think got a little one right there. It could go all the way down to there. It'll still be a valid trade. If it comes that far down, I'll probably add one more. All right. So from the 15-minute chart perspective, that's what we have. All of these relative equal highs just sitting up here. They just look like They're saying, "Hey, Price, come up here. There's a whole bunch of stop orders here that need to be ripped. Sell. This will be buy side liquidity, and there, I think there's some here too. I'm gonna try for round number. That'll be an $1,100 trade. I'll take it. I've already taken a few and gotten. I've been up and down because I got in that chop and I felt like this is where we were headed, but it kept doing all this stuff and I got in the shorts and got smoked a couple of times. So I'm in the hole. If I can get up to here, that'll get me a profitable day. But right now I'm in the hole. This is so far. It's been a directional day. Um, I mean, we've had a little bit of pullback, but all in all, it's been a directional day. And the rule is that it will not reverse after. It usually typically does not reverse after 11, but just because the aggressiveness of the move down today was not really all that aggressive. We're not that far off the settlement. I feel like we've reached for what we wanted to reach for down low, and we should go at least back to the mean, which would be the middle of the range. If you're a market profile type of person, maybe a POC-ish area. So far, I am liking the price action on this trade. I'd like it a whole lot better if it would continue to go up from here instead of dancing. But dancing is what it's been doing all day, so. done any trading at all, you know, just because this is going my way doesn't mean it's going to keep going my way. This was the next high we need to get over. It's also the center point of this fair value gap to the downside. So we could tap it and rip lower. This would be the downside fair value gap right here. Definitely need to get through that. And it's orange. So we definitely need to push through that high. Invert it would be the ideal. We go up through it and then come back and touch the center portion and continue up. Would be what I would call confluence on this ICT type trading. You'll see this fair value gap here. Look at how the candle bodies all respected the center portion. We did color outside the lines. That's what NQ is known for. Came down to the volume imbalance and then went on back up. There's a very small volume imbalance right here. We filled it. That would have been a good place to put an order in. So now we have another fair value gap to the upside. We'd want to see it respected as well. It can get painted, but we still want the candle bodies respecting it. Painted means a wick can fill it, but we want candle bodies to still respect the halfway point a bit. But this may be all it wanted because we're respecting the downside right now. Look at that. It's one thing I don't like about trading NQ. That's already a 14-point pullback. So I don't know how big your stop loss is, but that's a big pullback. Now we're looking at 16 points, maybe even a 20-point pullback. So you have to watch your P&L go up and down and up and down. I don't know how high we were up when it was up here, but we were up pretty good. I'm going to be watching this center here. I might add one more. Oh, we're through it. We are through it. Is this a pullback or a respecting of the fair value gap to the downside? The market has been behaving in a fashion that I would say is broken. Even though erratic, though, today's price action has been pretty good. This may be an example of why you don't want to go to break even too early, or it may be I'm about to get smoked. Look at that volume imbalance there. We touched into it. Now we're going back to it. Now we took this one. Is that all it wanted? We're going all the way back to round number. See what ES is doing in comparison. So ES made its higher low, went up, validated the breaker. The signals on ES have been cleaner overall. The breaker is really right here at this 4 hour. It's just a tick above it. And it looks to be returning to it. I'll put a line in there so we can see it. This could go either way, to be quite honest with you. The way my day has gone, I would expect expect it to blow me out, make a new low at this hour. But if it respects all this stuff, I might add. Yeah, I like that. I like this wick right here. Looks like an exhaustion wick to the downside. ES in relation has respected its. It didn't quite make it all the way down to the breaker, but it left its highs, completely left them. It's got that liquidity it needs to grab though. Maybe I should kill it, try to get a better fill. It's going to have to start going the other way pretty quick, or I am going to have to kill it. Now I'm going to try for a better entry. From that 15-minute chart perspective, it's just absolute trash. But this one, it looks like it's going at least back to round number. Breakers here. First fair value gap after the breaker. Second touch of the breaker is here at 197. ES is once again not respecting its breaker. Just touched into it, respected its fair value gap. We went up right up to that center of that fair value gap. Rejected, inverted. Man, I don't know. Kind of wish I would have taken profit when it was up there. Right now, if we could stay above the halfway of this, then I would move this guy up and try to get a fill. But to me, we need to take at least that low right there. If you look at ES over here, we came back down. So that's our breaker. That's the lowest point. We came back down here. This is a fair value gap from there. And we did take out that low. So from that perspective, we're good. From this halfway point, we're pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and try it. course, I'm going to be aiming for that same spot. Not quite as much profit in the on the old copper, but give it a try. Might get smoked. I want that low to remain. Maybe wishful thinking. We may just range here. We may end up going lower. Those just look too straight for me. Too straight. We got to go back up there at some point. Maybe not till MOC. Maybe we continue to offer lower. But that line right there, you can see it here too. That line, just too straight. There's got to be some buy side up there. Well, ES did not take any of its highs there when it went down, or when it came back. It took those, and then took that one again, and left all of these. And its straight line would be these right here. Oh, it's got some potential. 205 was my average entry by the time it came all the way down here. I would have been sweating it, but I ended up booking a couple of dollars profit. But my low, my down here, because I added my stop loss was all the way down here, and it was 500 freaking dollars because I'd added already. Man, that looks like absolute trash. I'm shocked I'm even trying to trade it, to be honest. This didn't even take these highs. It doesn't have quite as straight of a line, but we do have relative equal highs up here that should go. Time of day that all this started. It's 1:30. That's right. Came back down, retested, took one high, pulled back, about middle of the run. All the signs are right. We just got to have some follow through. ES, if we look at it from this perspective, this is our bullish breaker. We came back down, touched it, went a little lower into that fair value gap, and now we're pulling away. So ES is once again kind of leading the way here. This is also a new week opening gap that it's kind of playing around in. So it may like it too much. We may just stay here. I would sure like to see it go straight to my take profit. I don't like messing around and coming back down and making me sweat and making me get out of my position and waiting to see what's going to happen next. I don't like any of that. I want it to just go right to my take profit in one gigantic candle with no hesitation. So we went back 24, painted this fair value gap, and then we got to rip all the way back down 10 points. Why? Because that's the way we're doing it nowadays. I think we call that high resistance. High resistance liquidity run. The least favorable trading conditions, my least favorite trading conditions, are a high resistance liquidity run. Low resistance would be we go in those handful of candles and we run liquidity. This was relatively low resistance when we took that high. And this was relatively low resistance. Well, no, it wasn't. This was low, but then it went back to high. Definitely in a high situation now. I'm tempted to reduce my position size until we pick a direction here. I feel like there's a 90% chance we go up and a 90% chance we're going to have to sit here and endure the ups and downs until it happens. And a 10% chance that we rip lower without warning. $88, that's the breaker. We could revisit the breaker, no problem at all. I don't like the follow through here. That may have been all we wanted. This is a neat little ICT trick. See this wick right here? If you were a seller looking for the down move, you would want candle bodies closing below the center point of this wick. Nothing closing above the center point of that wick. So if I'm long-minded, I want to see candle body go above it. You can even do it with that 1 minute wick here. So we would have been touching the halfway point of it right there. Moves in the afternoon suck. I damn sure want to take it off, just reserve the profit I have, just because I don't like this price action, but also feel like it's going up. This is a dilemma. This is where you get into a little pinch. Do I be cautious, or do I say we got to risk it and biscuit? Hey, I like that. Can we actually stay up here this time? Maybe have a little follow through, invert this fair value gap, and invert that one like it's supposed to do already. There we go. Do what you're supposed to do. Get up there, those relative equals. Here's our halfway point of that premium wick to the downside. We can close above it. We got 12 freaking minutes, but hopefully we can close above it. Our premium wick on this one is that guy right there, but we also have a fair value gap to contend with. We may just paint it and keep on going. Let's look at ES 1 minute perspective for a little confluence. It's really just chop chop. We did double tap its breaker. Now we're pulling away. Higher low, higher low, higher low. I don't know if I don't think I want to add anything at this point. I mean, that would be a spot to add, but we're too choppy. I'm not adding. Stay above that halfway point. I don't like reversals that aren't clean. This is definitely not clean. Ugly as a mud fence in a hailstorm. That's a Texas saying for all you people that don't know anything about mud fences. Back in the day, people used to build fences out of mud. And when the rain came, it would get wet, and the hail would put some pretty massive dents in that sucker. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can take it. I don't know if I can take it. This price action is awful. Absolutely freaking awful. Yeah, I'm out for now. We're offering lower, 100%. So now what do? We start looking for shorts, or we wait for another breaker validation because ES just pushed through that low. This candle body is respecting that wick for now. Working that in wall. NQ's in wog is way down here. Big difference from yesterday's straight up move. We did take out the halfway point of yesterday. Seems like there would be a 4 hour there, but there's not. I would like to see it pull back to round number, respect, and then let's go. But I'm probably just going to miss my entry here. This is New York time, so this will be considered the 250 macro. I would like to see us take that low. So far, we're respecting it very nicely. Maybe we just take these lows. That's at 209. Maybe I just wait for it to invert that breaker and then try to get an entry there. I just don't really feel comfortable entering way up here. And that may have been the last push down, but it may not have. Looks like it. So this is at 33. I'll try to enter at 33. Man, did I ever miss it. Good gravy and biscuits. If I try to enter up there, you know exactly what it's going to do. I could try to enter at the top at 36. Erg. That'll give me enough wiggle room. So it'd have to come all the way back down to 11, which is possible. 'It'll come down to 33. I'll add one more. That's a good optimal entry right there on a fair value gap. Thirty-three quarter, 33 quarter. Yeah, I would like to see it touch that thing to the tick right there. I will add one more, touch it and pull back the other way, ideally. Didn't quite touch it. Went to 33 half. Finally got out of that end log. There we go. Now we filled. Now let's go to the moon. Good. We respected. We finished above the halfway point of that premium wick. That's it's good. If everything's working right, that's good. Now also we have a wick here that we want to stay above the halfway point of it. Right there. And you can see we touched it to the tick. We came down, we touched the inversion fair value gap. It's pretty close to the tick. So good. So yeah, we should have some upside from here. I'm liking it. We should be at least these relative equal highs on ES and these relative equal highs on NQ should be in play. But probably take that one, pull back, take that next one, pull back, then that one, pull back, and then that one and pull back, and then finally that one and pull back. Or we may run through them all. We'll see. So we respected that. And then also this wick right here, we need to get a candle body above the halfway point of it. And so far, no. Person wanted to add, that would have been a nice one to pull back. $35.5. I'm not going to add. We're too choppy. I'm not going to add. That would have been a good spot, halfway of that green candle. So far, we haven't been respecting the halfway points. We've been taking every inch of it back. That one we did so far. We respected this bearish. That would be an inversion of it. I'm going to delete it. We respected that. Delete it. I don't expect to run to settlement, not at this hour. But if we did, that'd be real nice. I'm gonna go with low hanging fruit. Maybe I'll try for round number, but keep an eye on that low hanging fruit. ES just took these highs here. Not sure what that line's about. Previous breaker. I'm really nervous about adding one more in here, but I'm tempted. Seeing how far this pulls back and maybe adding one more in. Or maybe I just should take my profit because ES took its highs. But I think we have relative highs here that are well within reach. Middle of the range, this is the opening range low right here for ES. See how its price action is reading. Hmm. This wick is what I'm watching. Oh man, I don't like that much. But not scared yet. Could be a liquidity grab. Now I'm watching that wick. All right, I'm gonna try to get back in here. One more. All right. That got me to 6. Might be a mistake. We'll have to see. Those, I just think those are the target. The way it pulled back, maybe not. That would put ES around this area. Typically, when NQ is at the 50 mark, ES will be at the 80 mark, 67, 80 mark. That's the way it was all day earlier. So they're that far off on their points, 10 points there. So that would mean ES is running 10 points behind NQ. And so if ES pushes up another 10, then NQ ought to push up too. The entire day's range halfway point would be right where we just were. So that means we're above the halfway point of the day. That's good. That also could mean we won't go any higher. I doubt that though. We're back inside the opening range. We had a 15-minute candle close inside of it. It's at 52. 52 quarter. Let's just do this. We're taking that one, we'll probably pull back, and then we'll take that one and pull back, and then maybe we'll push to those. Ten points on NQ, 10 points on ES should equal somewhere around 30 points. So that would put us up in the 90s. We could get to 300. Might be a good idea just to take it right there. Not even give it an opportunity to pull back. If it wants to push through here with authority, I'll let it. But I'm going to keep my finger on that close out position button. Volume imbalance. See how it reacts around it. Fill it in. Come on back up. If it'll come back down here to opening range low, or maybe here, I might go ahead and try to add one more, but not necessary. But I feel like that's our target for sure. So if it'll dip before it gets there, that'd be nice. ES has a volume imbalance there to get through a couple fair value gaps, and then it'll be to its relative equals. You have a volume imbalance right there. It always likes to pull back right before taking the highs. Well, hold off a minute. It may not do it. It may have done enough pulling back. Maybe we're going to the moon now. I'm going to try it right there, 63. See that volume imbalance right there? That's what I'm trying to fill right there. One more. All right, it filled me. Pushed a little lower than I'm comfortable with. But it does always like to pull back right before it takes those highs. Maybe this will be the rubber band stretch and then wow. We'll see. I'd like to see it go through them and maybe take this high, possibly push to 3. But as averse to any more loss as I am right now, I'm probably just going to take it off right there. I just want to give it the opportunity to push. If it pushes through with a big push, then we're good. But if it just ticks those and starts pulling back, I'm closing it. What ES is looking like. Push hard. Don't even slow down. Just go. Rip. 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 It's definitely got some room. If ES is going to here, it's definitely got some room to get up a little higher. Maybe to this one. At least to 80. Really didn't want to see an immediate rebalance. I bet it'll take that one and pull back. Or maybe that one. That would probably be the smarter thing. I don't know. Maybe I should just kill them off. If I take off 5 there, that'll lock in most of my profit. Yeah. I'm going to pray for a hard push. That we push through all of these with authority. And then I'll just take them all off at once on the push. I think we should at least get to 80. I think since we're that close to my target, I'm going to put this at break even. Because it can definitely rip back down here. Blow through that sucker. Man, I'm ready to take this son of a gun off. What's that they say? Don't be a dick for a tick. That's what I feel like I'm being right now. Jeez. Is there anybody on the planet that doesn't believe that blue line's going to fall? Because I'm starting to question whether or not it is. Maybe I should take most of my position off. Leave the other two as a runner. I tell you what, I'm going to take them off right here, and I'll leave the other two as a runner. Look at that. Because I had them so high up in the column, they're way up here. I'll move it to break even. That way I don't lose all my money. There we finally go. My goodness. Will we get the round number? Will we take these? I think ES is going to take its relative equals right here. That's 4 points. That ought to be an additional 12 points here, so at least 90. So we'll take one off at 90 and see if it continues up from there. Or if it comes down and stops me out, I'm okay with that too. Got 50 locked in. Do this for that too. There's one there, and there's another one right here. Those are both relative equal highs. Opening range low. That way we can zoom in on the price action a little better. See what we got. Looks like I'm about to get stopped. $69 is right at that volume imbalance. Yeah, I got stopped. All right. Well, that's it for that. Um, I'm not going to try to get any more money out of this run. We got our buy side. We got somewhere around $400 out of the deal. So that's good by me. Thanks for watching. Talk to y'all next time.